Hey wrestling fans, this is Bobby Fulton, the world famous tag team, the Fantastics, and Mountain Empire. This is your professional wrestling.
Match is underway, bells rung. We got Beau James, Bobo Brown squaring off. Southern States. We're glad you're tuned in, turned on, and checking out the action with Southern States Wrestling in 2015. And Happy New Year to everyone. We're glad you're checking us out. Should be a great matchup here with Beau and Bobo. Of course, these guys definitely have some history. And they've locked up collar and elbow back into the left side corner. And Bobo complaining of a hair pull there. As downtown Bobo Brown, of course, always causing some controversy, always stirring things up, that's for sure. Bobo Brown, double tough competitor, but boy, to say he's quite a character to say the least. Beau James now got him pulled into a side headlock position as Bobo now trying to find an escape here. Working his way up into a top wrist lock, but Beau outpowers him, pulls him back in, and secures that side headlock position. As Beau James now under control of Bobo Brown at this point in the contest, fans. Be sure to log on to kingofkingsport.com for all the latest information on Southern States Wrestling, the latest DVD releases and upcoming events, merchandise, t-shirts. It's all right there at kingofkingsport.com. And, of course, check us out on Facebook and Twitter, Southern States Wrestling on Facebook, as we've always got lots of things going on, lots of updates and upcoming information. Big year for 2015 ahead with Southern States Wrestling, and we want you to be a part of it. Beau James now with a top wrist lock on Bobo Brown. Bobo got a handful of hair right there. He's definitely got a handful of hair as he pulled Beau back into the corner. Referee's calling for a break as a little shoving match going here. And Bobo didn't fare too well in that one. As Bobo Brown now possibly rethinking plan B, plan C, or plan D. I don't know. He might not even have that many. But he's definitely reassessing whatever plan he has as Beau James rears that right hand back. Referee trying to get things back under control, under a good keel here. Both men circling around once again as they've locked up collar and elbow. Beau James back into that side headlock position. As Bobo went back to the hair, and that drew it right there. That right hand right straight to the face. There's the left. And down he goes. It took a moment. He was on rubber leg street, no doubt about it. Just took a little push there as the King of Kingsport reigns supreme here at the moment. Bobo Brown is complaining of a punch, but of course he got punched. He pulled the hair for second or the third time. So, you know, Beau James will definitely fight fire with fire. There's no question about that. We've seen him throw fire on quite a few occasions. As now Greco-Roman knuckle lock here. Kind of a test of strength type position. As Beau James and Bobo Brown here locking it up. Bobo seems to be fading here a bit, and Beau James, once again, right hand right to the side of the head. I think Beau James's patience is wearing a bit thin with Bobo at this point in the matchup. As again, with a hard shot there, open-handed shot, I might add, and it looked like that was an open hand as well. Well, we know exactly what that maneuver was. I don't need to call that one. That's self-explanatory. And now going after the facial features. A little nostril rearrangement there. Bobo could use some help there, so, you know. Beau James now, he's going to make this one real clear for the cameras to see. Bam! Open hand. Perfectly legal maneuver right there. Perfectly legal maneuver. Open-handed shot. As Bobo. Well, Mo would be proud of that one. The old fingers to the eyeballs. Beau James now winding up on an arm bar. As downtown Bobo Brown wishes he was downtown Detroit, Michigan right now, not in Kingsport, Tennessee, wrestling with the King of Kingsport. And he's trying to make an exit. He's made his way to the back up. With the King of Kingsport, Beau James. As Bobo with a big headbutt right there. And that stunned Beau James right there. You saw him drop fast. Bobo now opening up. That headbutt seems to be his best offensive weapon thus far in the contest. No question about that. Now with a blatant chokehold, standing right on the throat of Beau James. Referees all over him on it, as well he should be. Bobo smells blood, so he's going after it. He knows he's got him at a disadvantage, and he better do all he can. Bobo Brown moving back in with another hard right hand to the top of the head. As Beau James was proven earlier in the matchup, an open hand can be highly, highly effective. Big double chop right there. Bobo feeling good at this point in the contest. Drops that fist right to the top of the head. In for a cover. Got a quick 2 count on that one. As Bobo ended up on top of the referee there. Beau James isn't done by a long shot, that's for sure, as he powered out of that. Now throwing a couple of shots in on Bobo. But Bobo caught him there. And again, as Bobo using that double thrust again, hitting Beau James on each side of the head at the same time, proving highly effective. Now just choking him across that bottom rope. Referee's in there laying the count on him. Double shot right there to the midsection. Beau James again firing in. But Bobo went to the eyes that time, it looked like. No matter how big or bad you may be, thumb to the eye will stop you fast. We're about 8 minutes deep into this contest here, as Bobo now with a blatant chokehold in the corner here. Nothing fancy about that. Just a hand right across the throat. As Beau James definitely in trouble. Well, for the moment he was just that fast. He's firing back with a series of shots. There's a double thrust for you right there, as Beau James drops Bobo Brown now. Got him over the corner. Hard shot right there to the midsection. And a right hand right on the mush, right in the nose. And again, Beau James firing up on Bobo Brown. Sends him into the buckle hard. And caught him there. Big clothesline coming in. Oh, he said he's going to put him to sleep. Here he goes, the Shinda Damaki, the Cobra Clutch, if you will, as he has got Bobo in the Cobra, the Shinda Damaki, cutting off the blood flow to the brain. It's a sleeper hold, basically, is what it is. Sergeant Slaughter made the Cobra Clutch famous, and this is a variation thereof. The Masked Superstar used it quite effectively as well, and Beau James has done so right here in this contest against Bobo Brown. Here at ringside with the King of Kingsport, Beau James. Beau James has just captured a victory over Bobo Brown right there. And a few folks have been kind of questioning your attitude a little bit here lately, and just want to check with you on things.
I don't understand what people's getting upset about my attitude. They say they have some kind of problem with what I say to my own nephew, Jake Booth. Now, one of my responsibilities in this profession is to do the best I can to protect Jake, and I got to make him tough. And tough love is what he's getting right now, because he continuously makes mistakes. You saw it a few weeks ago on TV when he was going for the street fight championship. He made a mistake. He wasn't ready for both Death Riders. You saw the problem right here on television last week when he came on here and talked about in the big year-end episode his injured shoulder. He told the world that he was hurt. What a mistake that was, because every opponent is going to go after his shoulder right now. Every opponent is going to go after him. See, mine was made public because my injury to my back was very severe and I had to have surgery and everybody knew about it. Jake, you should have never told anybody that your shoulder was still bothering you from back in April. You should have just kept that quiet and kept it under the radar, because right here next week on television, he's going in this ring against a tough veteran. And I guarantee you my last dollar, that guy is going to go right after his shoulder right here on television. Jake, you have made a mistake, and you're going to pay the price next week. Now let's talk about DeAndre Jackson, who just later on today is going to defend the title right here on television against Frank the Tank Parker, who I saw across the building earlier today, and his arm is still all wrapped up from where I broke his arm back in September. Scott Sterling, television champion. In a couple weeks on TV, you're going to stand across the ring, and you're going to look at me, you're going to look at Jake Booth. But Scott, I'm looking straight at you, and on the other side of you is either Frank Parker or DeAndre Jackson, whoever has that Southern States title. That TV title makes you #1 contender. That TV title puts you in the driver's seat in line for the Southern States champion. Frank Parker, DeAndre Jackson, Jake Booth, Scott Sterling, it doesn't matter to me anymore. Put them in the ring, and I'm going to show you that I still got it. I'm going to show you that I'm as mean as I ever was. I'm going to show you I'm going to win some titles around here.
There you hear from the King of Kingsport, Beau James.
Calvary Baptist Church, 1238 Pine Street, Kingsport, Tennessee. Regular schedule of services: Sunday, 9:15 a.m. for Bible study fellowship class for all ages. 10:30 a.m. worship. 6 p.m. blast for children, wake for youth. Sunday night life for adults. Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. children and youth activities. 3D Bible study for adults.
If you are part of a nonprofit organization, listen to this. You now have the opportunity to bring the wrestling TV stars to your town and make money for your group. Over the past 2 decades, Southern States Wrestling has helped raise money for church groups, schools, ball teams, volunteer fire departments, children's hospitals, Ronald McDonald House, scout troops, and many more. Our staff is waiting to hear from you and get started on what could be your biggest fundraiser to date. Southern States Wrestling and your group are the perfect tag team to raise the funds you need.
Don't miss this. Southern States Wrestling presents the Winter Heatwave, Friday night, January 23rd, 2015. Bell time, 8 o'clock, inside the Kingsport Farmers Market. It's championship night. The Southern States Television Champion will challenge the Southern States Heavyweight Champion. New tag team champions will be crowned in a one-night winner-takes-all tournament featuring the Washington Bullets, Florida Tag Team Champions, the Dirty Blondes, Niagara Region Tag Team Champions, the T-Rex Express, and more teams to be announced right here next week. It's the Winter Heatwave, Friday, January 23rd, 8 p.m., Kingsport Farmers Market. Don't miss it. Be there.
Wrestling fans, Joe Wheeler here along with Frank the Tank Parker. You can see the arm is still bandaged. It's been a while since the arm was broken. Frank, right here on television today, you, DeAndre Jackson, the heavyweight championship is on the line. I've got to know, how ready are you, not only mentally, but most importantly, physically?
Joe Wheeler, you know, each and every wrestler that has the dreams of stepping through those ropes, they know that along with those dreams, along with those goals, there's certain things that they have to risk. Broken bones, injuries, it's all part of it. We all know that when we first agree to step through the ropes the first time. But you see, Beau James may have broke my arm, But Joe, you know and I know, broken bones heal. The emotional scars that I have laid on the entire James family will never go away. Here in just a little while, I am stepping in the ring against DeAndre Jackson, the Southern States heavyweight champion. I'm a 4-time heavyweight champion. Here in just a little while, I begin my 5th reign. DeAndre, Merry Christmas. Enjoy being the champ while you can, because one arm or no arms, when I come for you, I always get what I want.
There you hear it from Frank the Tank Parker.
This is WWE's Jerry the King Lawler, and Mountain Empire, this is your wrestling.
I'm John Williams,
I'm Trey Williams.
and we're the Washington Bullets.
Now, Southern States Wrestling, you have seen it. We have come, we have sawed, we have also conquered. Now, the things that we do in this ring, I know to some of these people are unbelievable. It is hard to fathom that these 2 young men right here could be as agile, as fast, as smart, and then as good looking as we are.
And you know what? These people haven't seen us yet, but once you do, you won't forget. The Washington Bullets are something that you can't unsee. Seamless teamwork, speed, agility, and guess what? You are jealous because we don't like you. Now, any team that wants to face us, come on down. We're here to take gold and take names, because when you face the Washington Bullets, our job is to win and your job is to lose.
Attention Mountain Empire. Do you have a business, website, products, or an event to promote? Let us help you reach the masses with TV and internet ads. For just a few dollars a week, we offer commercial spots on Southern States Wrestling, reaching over 150,000 homes in the Mountain Empire and the world with YouTube. Don't wait. Jump on this opportunity now to reach a large audience for an affordable price. Email sswking@aol.com for all the info. Advertising packages you cannot afford to pass up. If you are part of a non-profit organization, listen to this. You now have the opportunity to bring the wrestling TV stars to your town and make money for your group. Over the past 2 decades, Southern States Wrestling has helped raise money for church groups, schools, ball teams, volunteer fire departments, children's hospitals, Ronald McDonald House, scout troops, and many more. Our staff is waiting to hear from you and get started on what could be your biggest fundraiser to date. Southern States Wrestling and your group are the perfect tag team to raise the funds you need.
Don't miss this. Southern States Wrestling presents the Winter Heatwave, Friday night, January 23rd, 2015. Bell time, 8 o'clock, inside the Kingsport Farmers Market. It's championship night. The Southern States Television Champion will challenge the Southern States Heavyweight Champion. New tag team champions will be crowned in a one-night winner-takes-all tournament featuring the Washington Bullets, Florida Tag Team Champions, the Dirty Blondes, Niagara Region Tag Team Champions, the T-Rex Express, and more teams to be announced right here next week. It's the Winter Heatwave, Friday, January 23rd, 8 p.m., Kingsport Farmers Market. Don't miss it. Be there.
Got him, Booger. Bell's gone as matchup is underway. We've got heavyweight champion DeAndre Jackson taking on Frank the Tank Parker. Special guest referee, WWE Hall of Famer, the one and only handsome Jimmy, the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant. And I tell you what, couldn't ask for a better referee. Jimmy Valiant's been there, done that 10 times over in the world of professional wrestling. He knows all the tricks, and he is checking out right now the heavily bandaged hand and wrist area of Frank the Tank Parker. Of course, that injury was sustained at the hands of Beau James several months ago. It's been a couple of months ago, let me rephrase that. Since Beau James broke that arm and wrist to Frank Parker, it's out of a cast, but it is heavily bandaged here. As the Boogie Woogie Man, of course, checking out that arm, making sure that it's legal. As Boogie Woogie Man right there just warning Frank Parker, he said, "I'm watching you, Tank." And he is. DeAndre Jackson, of course, your current heavyweight champion. Frank the Tank Parker, former champion multi-times over. No question about it. Should be a great contest. Both men very evenly matched up, size, strength, height, weight-wise. And, of course, we got the Boogie Woogie Man in there to officiate for us tonight. Both men very tentative about locking up here. As Frank right there, whoa. Valiant letting him know, don't use that closed fist. I don't think if anybody knows how to throw a fist, it's Boogie Woogie Man. As DeAndre now opening up with a couple shots of his own on Frank. DeAndre Jackson sidestepping him right there, grabs that arm, got him in an arm bar, got that taped up arm. And Frank immediately having trouble with that arm. Perhaps Frank Parker shouldn't be back in the ring at this point in time. Perhaps he's not ready. He's not at 100%. Though he was cleared by the doctors to be here tonight, what he's feeling in that arm may be a whole nother ball game. As the boogeyman Jimmy Valiant laying the count on him here. He's up to a 4 count. Frank Parker now making his way back into the ring. Heavyweight championship on the line, of course, in this contest. Southern States Wrestling. Frank Parker returning from that arm injury. I don't know if he's at 100%. That arm seems to have given him a lot of trouble real fast in this matchup. And DeAndre going right back to work on that arm. Got that arm barred. Perfectly legal. Valiant is in there checking to make sure that it's good. And I tell you what, Jimmy Valiant, he'll call the match right down the middle, long as both competitors are competing in a fair and safe fashion. DeAndre Jackson in control at the moment. He's got that arm barred. As Valiant checking in here, making sure everything's on the up and up. DeAndre winding up on that arm. And even took a moment to bounce that arm right off the shoulder area. As DeAndre staying focused on that left arm of Frank the Tank Parker's here. Now bringing him back up. And cranking that arm over again. That arm, wrist, shoulder, the entire area is in a lot of trouble right now. DeAndre's wound that arm up a couple of times now. As the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, checking in on the action here with Southern States Wrestling fans. We're glad you're tuned in, turned on, and checking out Southern States Wrestling, no matter how you may be joining us all across this great world of ours. As Frank Parker is in control, or in trouble at the moment. DeAndre Jackson in control. Having some fun with the crowd here. But DeAndre needs to stay focused. Frank is an extremely, extremely dangerous person. He is a big man, and he is hurt right now. And as we all know, when you corner someone and they're hurt, that's when they're going to lash out. And it's a matter of time before Frank Parker lashes out in this contest. Both men back on a vertical base. And again, DeAndre winding up on that arm. We're a little past 5 minutes into the matchup here. Heavyweight championship is on the line. DeAndre is feeling good at this point in time. He's got Frank under control. He's got the Boogie Woogie Man, special guest refereeing. But now Parker right there, caught him in the corner. Looked like he raked the eyes. Frank Parker now moving back in on DeAndre. Caught him with a kick right there to the midsection. And a second, as now Frank the Tank Parker has the champion down in the corner. Parker with a hard right hand. And another haymaker right there. All 300-plus pounds of weight behind those shots. You can guarantee you that. Frank Parker moving back in on the champion. Takes him now. Irish whip. Oh, they reversed it in here in the near buckle. But Parker crumbles to the canvas in pain. Obviously, that arm is not right. And you can see the frustration on Parker now. As much as he wants to get back to his feet, as much as he wants to inflict some more punishment on DeAndre Jackson, that arm is holding him back. From what the doctor's reports, from what I understand, the arm was broken on 2 places. And Parker with a big forearm right there across the back and shoulder area, DeAndre Jackson. Parker again, his best offense is that right arm, throwing it like a forearm. DeAndre down in the corner here. Valiant right on top of the action. Frank Parker, blatant chokehold. He's at that foot right across the throat here. Valiant breaking it up. Reminding Frank of the rules once again here. Valiant taking a moment right there to point out to me that his arm is just not right. It's pretty much quit on him. Frank Parker, that left arm, virtually useless at this point in time. And that just goes to show you Valiant's calling this thing right down the middle. He's not taking any sides in the match whatsoever. Though he and Frank Parker have a long and storied history. There's no question about that. Valiant calling this match very fairly. That's why he was assigned to the contest by the championship committee, because we knew that he would call the match fairly. Parker, again, he can hardly mount any offense, and he just put that arm across the top turnbuckle. DeAndre now in a cross arm bar, and this could do it right here. This could do it right here. Frank maybe needs to tap out. He may need to go ahead and tap out before he sustains some serious permanent injuries here. As Valiant's in there checking. Valiant may call the match on his own. This is at the referee's discretion. If Valiant feels as though he needs to call the match, he can do so. Parker, he's holding on, but DeAndre is wrenching back. Frank Parker really needs to think about his career in the long-term picture here. It may be worth it to lose the title tonight to be able to fight again another day. And that's it. The referee, Valiant's called the match. Valiant's called the match. Your winner of the contest.
Hey guys, this is one half of the Rock and Roll Express, Robert Gibson, and Mountain Empire. That's your wrestling.